Your birthday been over, girl. Stop all of that. Hey, y'all. You hear her, babe? Welcome to Amazu World. So, my voice is a little hoarse because I haven't been feeling the best. I just wanted to tell you guys. So, my husband and I just came from our appointment. And tomorrow we will be turning 5 months. And I didn't even realize that we were this far along. So, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see, what we're having in 2 weeks. You guys surprised for me? What is it? Ooh, show me what you got me. Oh, it's so nice. Thank you. Can you put it over in the little plant area? Alright, but anyway. So I'm outside with my children because my son is practicing for his soccer game Saturday and whatnot. And plus we're getting some free air before we go back to doing some more schoolwork. So it's kind of like their recess time, if you will. Because we still homeschool. Chase after it then. Chase after it. Yes, y'all. I'm one of those moms. Because he has to get faster trying to chase after the soccer ball when he kicks it, We trying to get him together. But that's all. I just want to give y'all like a quick update, really quick on the pregnancy. And since I've been pregnant, I've only gained 4 pounds. So that is really, really good. Started out 202. I just got to 206. And we're 5 months tomorrow, so not too bad. I don't know if you can even see a little bit forming here. Let me see. It's officially forming. Really still look like a gut with me sitting down. But it's definitely forming. But yeah, so hope you guys are doing well. Just want to give you that quick update. Much love and peace. Y'all, I just want to show y'all something, okay? I'm not going to snap out or anything. They know how I am. But as many of you know, if you've been with me, I homeschool. And we're still getting things together ever since, we moved and whatnot. But for the most part, we have our setup, okay? I just want to show you this mess my children left me that I'm clearly going to have to fix back up before tomorrow morning. Because I've been running around all day. I've been at the doctors and stuff. And I did like my son, who is 6 in first grade, actually did his stuff early this morning before I had left and whatnot, me and my husband. So, but I want to show you, all my hard work is just out, and I'm actually going to limit my children. At this point, they know for the bookshelf to take out one book at a time and put the other one back before we get another one and whatnot. I guess today they just felt like they had a free-for-all. Mommy and Daddy were out. And this is what it is, right? And I'm going to show you the school area that I have to get it back in order. And that just really came from not only, today, but that actually came from the beginning of the week. Today's Wednesday. So I just have to revamp that in our activity. But I'm going to just show y'all real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Now, granted, I have to get us another bookshelf. Okay? I do. Don't mind that. See, even my husband, I'm going to kick everybody's butt. But I have to reorganize this all back up because I don't even know, like any books that didn't fit in there, in the current bookshelf there, like some of the bigger ones, certain ones, I actually had them stacked up, neatly in front of it. But like all of their books, I just want to show y'all what they did. They pulled all of these books out. And I started to make them do it, but I like to just do it a certain way and get it done. Like, all our books are just out. Now, they were reading them, clearly, going through them and whatnot. Look at this. Look at this. I'm so mad at them. And I had it so pretty. Right? So neat. I just reorganized all of this last week. I just redid it. Let me move my husband's pants or whatever. I'm sorry. The top shelf is my shelf. And so like these are like, they know that these particular ones are mine. Although of course they have some of their crayons on it. And then like stuff like this, like, that's for the children. And I little, stuff like that. But it was just up here neat for them. I like the credit, using credit wisely. This is for my, my children, my 13-year-old and everything. But I keep like stuff like that up from them. So we're reading those together and stuff like that. But like they have this entire section. This is their books. This is all jacked up. This don't even belong up here. So it looks like they were trying to put stuff back. And it doesn't. And this whole section is where they pulled out a good bit of the books. You see them all falling. I'm so mad at them. And this section is mine again. And again, we got a bunch of books everywhere. But I just can't believe these children. I sent them to bed. They get on my nerves sometimes, y'all. For real, because my husband watched me. It took a long time. Like, I organized all of this stuff so nice and neat for them. Let me show you our school area real quick. I love them, though. Okay. See, I noticed there, and this is just for me recording, I just noticed that they didn't put all of their letters back in their box for their flashcards. So now I'm going to have to find what they did with that. They didn't put it where they're supposed to. But this is actually the activity desk, which is absolutely everywhere now at this point. You would never know it was so pretty. And our little school calendar and stuff. Everything's up there. But I try to keep an activity desk for them. That's their little word board. My son, some of his words and stuff for them to just read every day and whatnot. And all their books. See, I keep some books over here as well on our activity so they can just, grab something and do something with their life. Productive and whatnot. This was up there all nice. You see this, y'all? A little spooky. My 3-year-old loves this thing. Eyeballs. Target. Always got the cool stuff. And whatnot. I'm going to have to reorganize all of this stuff. I can't. This has come from over... It's been 4 weeks since we've been doing school. So this actually came out of order now just over time and whatnot. And it probably just got worse throughout this week, actually. Because I've been letting them do a little bit more on their own. As far as activity books and one activity stuff. And like they have their writing and, anything they may need. Oops. See, dropping stuff. Coloring book. Pre-K workbooks. Stuff like that. There's all types of stuff under here, y'all. I have to reorganize, and I keep sight workbooks and stuff on this particular one and everything for them. But this is the activity section. Let me show y'all there's the school, the other school section. This is where they do their work predominantly. So I try to keep it very simple over here. And whatnot, and I have to reorganize this. You can tell the baby done been over here. Oh, this is my little calendar for our menu, y'all. Isn't it so cute? I got this from Target. The baby colored all on it because they always try to do what I do and whatnot. I should show you. I took pictures of our meals, by the way. I'll show you that one day. But I just wanted to show y'all this. This is my oldest daughter's section, or her books and stuff. Mommy and Daddy are always watching. Do their stuff. But yeah, I gotta reorganize all of this stuff again. It was so nice and neat. And of course, we're always combating the baby, who's always up. So I don't even have their pencils and stuff on here right now no more. I moved them because she's constantly in them. But we keep the ones that we aren't using yet in here and whatnot. And then right here, this is my son's soccer stuff. I try to keep over in this section. And a little reward stickers and stuff every time they do. Amazing. And whatnot. Look at this. All their books. They were so stacked up, so neat. So I keep, as you can see, I keep books everywhere, first of all. This section is always going to have books. Their school section, when we do different papers and different things, and just to read. And so with the activity desk, I keep books. Books are so important in this house. But I just want to, and this is different things. We use PA Cyber, so they send everything, y'all, and whatnot. Of course, we got to buy, like more books and different things and all that other stuff. Pencils, basic stuff. But they do send a good bit of activity things and stuff for them and whatnot. But I just wanted to show y'all how it's a mess right now. Our little school year is a mess. So I'm about to get all this stuff done before I drink my tea and get ready for bed, so that we can finish the second half of our week off more organized and productive, like I like it. The laptop's on the desk because my daughter was doing some work too, and whatnot. But I just wanted to share that with y'all really quick. I'll now show y'all when it's done. All right, y'all. So this is probably going to seem all over the place, but listen, I need to get some things off my chest. Okay, let's talk homeschooling. All right, so I already showed you guys the mess that I have at this point with our school areas and stuff that I gotta reorganize. But I just want to talk about a pet peeve of mine. So people have this huge misconception when it comes to homeschooling, and everyone homeschools differently. There's so many different ways you can go about it, the curriculums, the whole nine, all right? But someone said to me the most foolish thing and an ignorant statement, actually. This is how I know they don't know nothing about homeschooling, or they're just completely against it and don't want to, be open-minded to it. Basically, that if you're not able to give your child a full day of teaching, like a full day, in the physical schools and whatnot, they gotta sit there all day. It's a full day of teaching, and that's how it should be. And if you're not able to do that, then you shouldn't be homeschooling. You should send them to school where they belong. What? And this wasn't stated to me, okay? This is just actually someone else's statement. First and foremost, for us who do homeschool, and many moms around who do not homeschool, and no matter how you spin that, teaching never ends, okay? Teaching never ends, for one. So we're clear. So my baby doesn't have to sit in the classroom just straight 8 hours a day. And, of course, they have their little lunch, their little bit of recess time. But in the day, that's what they're doing. Amongst, many other students who you have to try to give your time to each, for the most part, versus me being able to give my babies one-on-one. So I don't have to spend that much time for them to just sit there. You know what I'm saying? And homeschooling in itself, it is way more... Let me see how I could put this, I guess loose and structured, depending on how you're structuring things. But we have more freedom to let our children express and learn differently, and to do different things and switch up our curriculum, and, teach our babies different things at different times of the day. And, where they came was because they were upset that, this mom in particular was able to go shopping, able to do her little YouTube things and different things of that nature. And for them, it was like, you're not giving your children, the time that they're supposed to. It should be a straight, steady hour, like structure type. Okay, but that's your opinion. And honestly, I almost feel like it stems from jealousy that we're able to go and do those type of things. Because at the end of the day, as long as our children are learning, and really, truth be told, school didn't used to be this long before, to be honest. It wasn't. But we have more working, moms and everything. So it needed to be what it is, preparing them for the workforce and all that fun stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, personally, it's really preparing them to be robotic. Now, that's just me. That's my opinion when it comes to my children. I want my children to be able to express themselves and learn how they learn in their learning style. And so being able to go to the store doesn't stop my children from learning. In fact, there's many times that we in the van and my son got his book. You understand what I'm saying? My daughter got her book. They got to read me some stuff, or got their sight words, or I just shout out, little math problems. Or I'll go, as we're riding around, read me that sign over there. Read me this. Or, oh, look at that. That's this and that. Or there are questions. They have 1,000,001 questions. So every opportunity is a learning opportunity. Is a teaching moment. Okay? So that is so annoying that people really do think the only way to learn and to teach children is in this one structured setting. And that is not the case. That is extremely false. And it's been proven time and time again that a lot of homeschooled children are achieving better than those that are in the structured, as they call it, structured building type of school. Okay? It just irritates me. And then it's like, if you don't win that argument, then they go into the whole social aspect of it. And it's just like, oh, well, they need to be social. Social like how? Please do tell me. What type of social are we thinking of? Because at the end of the day, there's a million ways for our babies to be social. Getting them involved in extracurricular activities. You got all types of, like my son is on soccer, my daughter's on gymnastics, my oldest is on her thing. Like I just feel like people forget that there's different ways of being social. And then when you say it's social, they need to be out here with all these different people. As far as I'm concerned, like these young boys around the same age, maybe a little bit older than my son, they're out here playing and they over here swearing and doing stuff. That's the social you want me to send my baby to? I think not. I think not. If I'm able to have a more controlled social environment for my children, that's what I'm going to do. These are my babies. It is my job to make sure they are productive citizens. That's my job. That is what I do. This is what I choose to do. For those who aren't able to homeschool their children, they got to send them out there. I get it. I would never, ever knock a parent for that, for their choice, but that's your choice. Don't try to knock my decision or any other parent's decision for homeschooling their babies what they think is best for their children. You understand? Like, it's annoying because it's like there's now only one way of doing things in this lifetime. And all of us are different. We are individuals. We are not the same. Period, point blank. And I don't want my son. Right now, my children are very respectful. And they come over and they talk to me. They're very expressive. I don't want nobody shutting my children down in that way. And I don't want nobody else teaching my children, because everybody comes from different homes and, how they're being groomed and different things. And at the end of the day, these young babies out here swearing like that. That means they're hearing it from their parents and whoever they're around on a regular basis. That's not how I run my home. And so I don't want to send my children out to have to interact with those who are in that type of environment and situation. As long as I'm able to protect my children and teach them and make sure they're learning more things than just what's being taught in school, because I'm big on that. Then that's what I'm going to do. As long as I'm able to. People say I'm overprotective, I shelter my babies, whatever y'all want to call it, I don't care. That's what I'm going to do. But to sit here and say that we're not giving them the time that they're supposed to, because it's not a full day of learning, like in the school building, so that's what we need to do, is asinine. That is like the most ignorant statement you can make. Her baby's on learning every single day, every opportunity. And if I'm able to give my baby a break, and for him to come back with a fresh mind and ready and focused, got his whole little extra energy out, and now he's coming back to do his best, that's what I'm going to do. Most children aren't meant to just sit all day. That's just not how that works. And in fact, that's how a lot of these babies are getting labeled with ADHD and everything. Now, there's those that have them. Not saying there's not. But there's a lot of misdiagnoses as well, too. Okay? And that's because these babies are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Being babies. Learning. They're still figuring themselves out. They're still learning how to deal with their emotions. They're still learning their own personal learning style. They're still learning all these things. And it is our job to teach them that. But how can you really teach a baby that when he's in a classroom or she's in a classroom with 20, 19, 15, 30 children? One teacher, maybe you have a teacher assistant there. I'm not about that life. I've sent my oldest to public school, a full day, in physical school, and I've seen how it changed her. I don't like it. I don't. And I have the opportunity to be able to homeschool. Yes, we're down to one income. Huge sacrifice, but worth every bit of it. I just hate when people say stuff that if you don't really know about it, then don't speak on it. Don't speak on it, because that's not fair to the parents, the children, the homeschool community, the community of those that go to physical school. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've never bashed. I mean, there's some great schools out there, and you send your babies out there by all means. But this is the choice that we've decided for our babies. And I have personally, being a black mom, a woman with a son and some beautiful young girls, I'm big on them learning their culture, their true culture, not some of that TV culture a lot of y'all see, but their culture. And it's not being taught in schools the way that I would like it to be taught. It's kind of brushed over. And so here at home, me being able to homeschool, I can teach that to my babies. I can make sure that they're learning that. I can make sure that they're learning, our history on top of, the curriculum that the state gives or the school gives and stuff. Like, that's why I love PA Cyber. I love it. I love the structure of it. They're even, about the children not rushing them and letting them do things on their own time, for making sure they really learn it, not just like that memory, like they really are getting it and that one-on-one, But I have to make sure I do my part as well as a parent, and make sure my babies know their history and their culture. So, like you've seen in the books, I have a lot of, you didn't see them all, of course, but I have a lot of our history books and our Black scientists and our different things, so that they are learning that as well, on top of that, even at a young age. It's important. It's just like anybody else. Any other culture, any race, any culture should be teaching their babies their history and stuff, and whatnot. And I feel good. Y'all had my tea and whatnot, but it's just annoying because especially when that social nonsense come up, and it's just like, what type of social are you saying? Like, actually break that down to me. And it's usually them playing with other children and stuff. I'm like, my babies get to do that. What do you mean? Well, they're going to have to learn how to deal with all walks of life. Yes, eventually. But they're young and still their minds are being molded. So I'm going to mold it before anybody else molding it. I'm going to be the one to mold that. I'm going to be the one to get their foundation in order, so that when they are coming amongst different walks of life, they're more prepared for it and they can handle it better, and they can make better decisions and use discernment. That's my job. That is my job as a parent. That is my job. That's not nobody else's job. I mean, unless I had to help, unless I needed that type of help, and I give that position over sending them to another place or school. But that is my job. That's my job. It's my babies. My responsibility. I chose to have every last one of them. Period. And I'm not that eager to throw them out there. I'm just not. I am not that eager. I'm not one of those parents like, yes, back to school. Bye. It's not me. It's never been me. It won't be me. I love being a mom. Not saying that they don't. I get it. You need a break because y'all I be needing a break sometimes. You hear? They be driving me nuts. Y'all just seen the mess they made. So I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is I'm very, very close to my babies. And I want the best for them, just as other parents want the best for them. But don't knock my way of doing things or the mom's way of doing things to pretty much make you feel better about the way you're doing things. That's just life. But I wanted to come and talk about that a little bit, because at the end of the day, our babies can be social. There's many activities, and they are learning every single day. They're being taught. It is what they call it nowadays, unschooling. Unschooling. So I guess that's what we're doing over this. We unschooling our babies. Okay? Getting that out of there. Some of the greatest minds were learning different ways. You know what I'm saying? Unschooled. Not in that type of structure. Some of the greatest minds, some of the greatest people we have. So I need people to get it together and whatnot. And I really do love, like my son, sometimes he only just turned 6, so sometimes his focus will literally be reading something, and he'll notice something in there, and his focus goes way over to that particular subject, and he done ran with it, y'all. And I have to just bring him back. I'm like, okay, I'll let him get his little imagination going. And I'm like, oh, okay, now back to this. Like, bring it back and focus. I'm able to do that one-on-one, my baby. Now, if I was to put him in a school amongst many other students, he would not have that opportunity to be creative and use his imagination like that. He would off top be looked at as, you're misbehaving, you're not listening, you're not focusing, you're not this and that. And then I'll be getting phone calls and stuff. And I don't have that to do for my child being 6. Like, what? That's what he's doing. Every child, for the most part, need redirected at a good bit of times at this young age. And like I said, they're learning. They're learning how to deal with their emotions and different things. That's another why we chose to homeschool. And you have those amazing teachers out there who are patient and, and understand that and recognize that. But a lot of them, I don't know. A lot of them, I don't know. I know my daughter had a really good teacher in third grade. And one night he was really good, and he was about that life for the children and stuff. And he wasn't so quick to, toss them off and whatnot. He worked with them. So I'm not saying all is bad or anything. I'm just saying all is not good either. Everything has their ups and downs. Everything has their pros and cons. So, don't knock nobody else for choosing a different path than you, because we all have our own purpose in life. We all have our own path in life. Everyone's not going to be the same, nor is everyone going to agree with you. Accept that is a part of this life. I just wanted to throw that out there. And when you see us doing other stuff, that doesn't mean our babies are not learning. That doesn't mean they're not doing work. So many ways to teach a child. So many ways to teach an adult. Like, remember that. Y'all not learning everything just by sitting there. Yeah. That's not how life works. And plus the school lunches. I'm big on what my children eat, so I am particular. And so I like being able to cook their breakfast and their lunch and, of course, their dinner when I always have dinner. But I like being in control of what they're eating and stuff. And I really don't agree with a lot of the schools are serving. Like, for example, my daughter, when we tried to send her to pre-K, which we did, y'all, we tried to put our 3-year-old in pre-K. It did not go well. She completely, that separation anxiety, but it was really bad. She's never, ever, ever been away from me and her father. Like, she's just never been away from us like that. And then in a straight up structured environment, so it's like, if she was ready to color, then it's like, no, that's not what we're doing right now. We're doing this. She has to come over there, which I completely don't agree with. She's 3. What? This is when she's finally getting comfortable. She's finally coming over to try to color it amongst all these strangers. And you straight up to know, well, then you gotta come over in a circle with the rest of us. But she's overwhelmed by all of these other students and the adults, and just everything it wasn't working. So as we took her out, we made the best decision for her and stuff. And I preferred that, because she was actually doing work here at home and learning her letters and things versus going there. She was just sitting in this one spot reading books. My children love books. She wanted to sit right where this book case was. She would not move from this book area. And she was, just having her moment. So that defeated the purpose. And she came home and she actually was doing the work and learning words and letters and stuff with her brother and stuff. But anyway, so we've tried it. It's not for every student. What was I about to say, y'all? It's late and I'm tired and I don't feel good. Oh my God, y'all, I forgot. See, I could go back and watch this video to see, but I'm not about to do that. So it'll come back to me at some point. And whatnot. But yeah, now my son, he's doing really, really well in school and stuff. And his reading and his writing, and my oldest is doing much better. And she does her thing. And like I said, everything is not structured to that particular standard and way of things. But if my son decided, that's what I was saying, if, my son decided at that moment he would rather do his math first, then that's what we're going to do, because he has a fresh mind for that, and that's where all his energy is going at that moment. So he's going to give it his absolute best, and he's going to retain the information more, versus me just for my, no, that's not how we do it, this is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not all about just trying to have power over these babies. They are their own beings, their own individual beings. And yes, they have to learn structure in a way to how certain things go and everything. But learning is something else. Learning should be fun. Learning, when the child is having fun learning, they remember more, they retain it more. And even when they're around other, children, they are learning and whatnot. So my babies do get to be around the children. They have a million siblings and stuff. But I want them around the right children. And that's just me. That is just me. They don't come from a home where I'm swearing and their dad is swearing and we fighting or none. They don't come from none of that. They have their meals. Oh, that's what I was saying. The food. My daughter, when she went to pre-K, their breakfasts was like Pop-Tarts and cereal. And like the sugars or none of you know, Cheerios or something, but cereal, Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes. Like, I just, what? And my daughter's not used to that, so she was like, I don't want none of that. So of course, I made her breakfast and stuff. I would just make her like a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, or a sausage biscuit in the morning, or, you know, food, because that's what she eats. My children eat food. I really do try my best in fruit and stuff, and, you know, or they'll have their cereal bars that I buy, but like, you know, from Trader Joe's and stuff like that once in a while, and their fruit. But like, that's what I mean. Like, I'd rather have control of what is going in my baby's body and their system and what they're being around, and that is my job. It's as simple as that. Homeschooling is not bad, and regular school, I mean, for some, is not bad. You know, they just wasn't for me. For me and mine, and a lot of other parents out there. And if you have the patience to teach your own babies and you are able to do it, why not do it? And if you're not able to do like your own curriculum, like if you don't have the time in that sense of being a mom, you know, a bunch of children and stuff, then they have these free programs like the PA Cyber, who has everything structured for you, who has the curriculum down for you. And then you just add on to it. What else do you want your babies to know? And what else you want your babies to learn? You know what I'm saying? So there's always a way. But if you just not able to, and you want to go send your baby to school, that's what you feel like, or to the physical building school, that's what you feel like is best for them, then do that too. Do that too. That's okay. Just as it's okay for us to homeschool. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Don't be just spewing ignorance just to spew it. That's all I'm saying. Because my babies know a lot that some of these babies don't, that are over here in physical school. You know what I'm saying? But and then, even if you are sending your babies to physical school, I do not care. You as the parent, it is your job and responsibility to still teach them at home. Still teach them. You don't get away from that. So again, like I said, your babies are learning every day, all day. All day. You should be still teaching them stuff. They're constantly feeding and learning stuff. Very point blank. That's all I want to say about that. Now I need to go finish my tea. Get this stuff back in order, because it looks a daggone mess, like I don't take care of this stuff. Get things, my 3-year-old tried to come back down and put a book away. It was so funny. She's like, I was just putting the book back. She's supposed to be in bed. Of course, that's when she wants to come and, you know, clean it up and stuff. So yeah. All right, y'all, that's enough. I didn't talk. Y'all have any questions about homeschooling or anything, or any suggestions for me, actually, to make my children's homeschooling experience better? Please let me know. Leave it in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions and opinions, to be honest. I don't, as long as you're coming from a positive place and it's not a negative place to where you just trying to bash somebody. Because see, nobody got time for that. I will just go ahead and block that on out, because that's one thing. Protect your energy, y'all. Protect your spirit. Don't let nobody else shift yours. You know, and keep it pushing. But yeah, I would love to hear all opinions or questions, you know, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll show y'all some pictures of our dinners. Maybe not in this video, because now it went too long. And whatnot. All right, peace, y'all. All right, I at least got the activity desk back organized, and the school desk still working on the bookshelf. But wanted to show you all now so I could get this video up. All right, so over an activity desk, I keep like their you know, like workbooks and different things over here, tying our shoes, like different stuff. All their sight words are here. We have like a bunch of them, y'all. Like, so many ones that I've written. This is still sight word books. This is stuff that they just pretty much can do on their own free time, and whatnot. That's why it's called our activity desk. All our books. So I just put a few books here. And of course, you know, they're always welcome to read books from any avenue that they pick the book up from. But I do keep some out, and I alternate them. This number line is like his math work and stuff like that, and my daughter's. And, you know, got the little magnetic shapes and stuff. Even open. And the letters. And just some, you know, books. Like learning books, stuff like that. All of here. I'm getting them out of order, trying to show y'all. But anyway, for them. And here's like their writing and coloring area, like their journals. Journals here, big old coloring pad. Another journal. We have dry erase markers, so when they want to practice writing words or letters, right there. Stuff like that. Coloring books, calendar for them to practice writing in their writing on the calendar and getting used to, the concept of it. So it's nice and organized again. We're back in full swing and whatnot. And same with over here, we got their school section back in full swing. I put their laptop on the charger. And then like this is my son's side. Well, some of these photos are from my daughter too, but this is his workbook. This is The Great Detective. It's a reading workbook. I can show y'all the inside. Everything. See? Just little letters and words, if y'all could see, and whatnot, to go through. And his little activity books that we go through. Some more sight words. These are the more newer sight words. So the ones on the old desk, on the activity desks, are older ones, and these are the newer ones. Same with their flashcards and stuff. I try to keep this stuff because we go through this stuff all the time. This is what we're going to go through. You know what I mean? Like the activity, this is their choice. This is what we go through and stuff. And then like their science journal and paper, for them to write, and folders and all that stuff. Their money, the practice, their clocks, their writing utensils. Now I'm actually going to move this again. But I want to show you how I did have it set up. So my son and daughter, and daughters can just pick it up. But because the baby are constantly up, look at this, y'all. She bit it. See this? I always have to move this. And this is some more of the writing journals. I have them writing it in, color, draw a picture, whatever, expressing themselves and stuff. And of course, my oldest, her section was pretty much all in order. Still all neat over here. All right. So this is the final touch.